When I materialized, I found myself in the Enterprise E sickbay. One of the nurses came over to me, but I waved them off, wanting my crew to be looked at first. When I saw that my crew was being cared for, I headed for the exit, but was stopped by a voice that said, "Where do you think you are going, Jonathan?" I turned around to find the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Beverly Crusher, with her arms crossed. I said, "Doc, the biggest threat to the Federation is knocking on the front door. My place is on the bridge." A deep voice said, "And I belong with my captain." We turned, and Worf was walking towards us. Beverly looked at us, sighed, and said, "Follow me," and she led us to the bridge. When we got to the turbolift, I said, "Bridge," and we sped off. On the way, I felt the deck shift, and I asked the computer for a report. The computer said the Borg cube had been destroyed. The Enterprise is on her intercept course with a Borg sphere. A Borg sphere is a Borg scout ship, and would be no match for the Enterprise. When the lift slowed, Dr. Crusher stood in front of us as the doors opened and said that she had 2 patients that insisted on coming to the bridge. She stepped aside, and I smiled at seeing my friends again. Jean-Luc looked at us and said, "Welcome aboard the Enterprise E, gentlemen." "Thank you." "How's it defined?" With a slight smile, Jean-Luc said she was adrift, but salvageable. The first officer, Commander Riker, said that she was a tough little ship. I laughed at that. Worf, on the other hand, took offense, as he said, "Little." Captain Picard told Worf that he could use some help at the tactical station. Worf nodded and headed for tactical. Captain Picard looked at me, then he looked at the command chair. I said, "No, this is your ship, Jean-Luc. I'm just here to help." And he told me to take the helm. I nodded and headed for the helm. I looked at the helmsman, and I said, "I believe you." Then looking at his rank pips, I saw he was a lieutenant. He stood up and said, "Lieutenant Hawk, sir. It's an honor to meet you, sir. I became the helmsman because of you." As I sat down, I said, "That's cool, Lieutenant. When this is done, maybe I'll teach you a trick or two." He said that would be awesome, then he headed off. I took a quick look at the helm, learned the controls real fast, and saw that we were at full impulse, but we were not gaining on the Borg. I tapped my combat and said, "Bridge engineering. I need more power to the warp engines. I need more power to the impulse engines." I heard the voice of Geordi LaForge ask Captain Picard who said that. I looked at Jean-Luc as he smiled. "That was Captain Dibble, Mr. LaForge, and you'll follow his orders like you would mine." Without another word, I could feel the Enterprise speed getting us closer to the Borg sphere. As we got closer, Lieutenant Commander Data said that he was reading chronometric particles emanating from the sphere. Captain Picard said they were creating a temporal vortex. Commander Riker said time travel. I was like, oh great, the last thing we need is the Borg traveling in time. The Borg entered a vortex, and I had no time to move the ship, and we dove right in with a shudder. I asked Data for a report. It said that we appear to be in a temporal wake. Worf said, "Captain, Earth." I made a mental note to have people say which captain they wanted to address. Then I looked at the view screen, just in time to see the Earth change from beautiful blue and green to ugly gray. Without even being asked, Data said that he was picking up traces of methane, carbon monoxide, and fluorine. Captain Picard asked what the population is. They looked at his console and said that the current population was approximately 9 billion, all Borg. Ship's counselor, Deanna Troi, asked how that was possible. I said they must have done it in the past, went back into simulated Earth and changed history. Beverly asked if they changed history, why are we still here? Data said the vortex helped protect us from the changes in the timeline. Data's console started to beep, and he said that the vortex was collapsing. I said it was holding course, so we could fix whatever it was the Borg did to wipe out the Earth.